Hello, Facebook family, and happy Tuesday. Hey, just wanted to introduce y'all to a mega producer out of St. Louis. A friend of mine, Cathy O'Neill. She is a four-time icon agent at EXP Realty. And we're going to talk today a little bit about some strategies that could help you in any market, learn a little bit about her career and background and kind of what makes Cathy tick. So, Cathy, first of all, thanks for coming on my podcast. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, can you tell everyone a little bit about your real estate journey? We'll go into the details a little bit. What did you do before real estate? How did you get into real estate?
Okay. I started out in radio advertising sales, actually. I wanted to go into medical equipment sales. This was many, many, many years ago before there were all kinds of rules around what you could say to people in interviewing. And they told me I looked too young and I didn't have any sales experience and doctors wouldn't see me. So I needed to either look older or get sales experience. So I just went out and got a job at this local radio station selling advertising. And lo and behold, that was a 15-year career. So
Oh,
I
wow.
ended up working for the longest running rock station in the country for many of those years, and then became a sales manager for two other radio stations in the radio group. And then I just decided that I was looking for property with my realtor. And I decided I really liked what she did for a living and said, if I ever quit my job in radio, I'm going to come work for you. And that's exactly what happened. I quit my job in radio. I got my real estate license and went to work. And so I've had my license since 2004. Prior to that, for about 3 years, I bought properties, rehabbed them, and condoed a couple of properties, sold them off, and did 1031 exchanges. That was before I got my real estate license.
Oh, wow. Yeah. My background was in investments before I got licensed too. So, for originally when I started off, I was an investor with a license.
Yeah, I think that having a corporate background has helped me in my career anyway.
Sounds like it. So I'm sure that a lot of the core skills carried over pretty well, I assume. Is that fair to say?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I bet you must have some interesting stories from all that time working with a rock station, huh?
I have a lot of stories. I was never in a sorority in college. I will say that my 15 years in radio is pretty much my wild times of my life. So,
Maybe we'll put some time in that off air. So,
yes, right.
yeah. So, when you got into real estate, did you start off? What kind of brokerage did you start off with? Were you,
I actually went to my friend who was my realtor, and she was just really a one-man show. And I liked her so much that I just went with her. But I think I was with her for maybe 4 weeks. And I was coming from corporate America, a pretty big paying job, company car, my own office, bonuses and everything came with that job. And I quit that job. And I wanted to go work with her, but I soon found out I needed a much bigger platform in order, as a springboard to put me into the career that I really wanted in real estate, which was making more than double than what I was making in radio. So in my first year. So I think I was with her for about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and I interviewed at many, many places. And this was back in 2004. So I ended up at a Coldwell Banker locally owned franchise where they had really great training.
okay, great. And how long did you stay there?
I was there in different capacities for 5 years. I worked there for 3.5 years in residential. By my third year, I was doing 22 million and I got really burnt out and I went over to the commercial side. I did that for almost 2 years, went back to residential, and then I changed companies and went to Keller Williams.
Yeah, it sounds like that must have been, if my math is right, around 2009 was the real estate market there in the dumps.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. So how did you how did you get through that? I know a lot of newer agents right now think that we're in a terrible market, but it's really nothing compared to what things were like back then.
Right. Yeah, I will tell you, it was scary. My husband and I were both in real estate, and it was scary. Because I had changed from residential, which I never should have done, because I changed from residential to commercial, and commercial deals take forever.
Right.
I uncovered millions and millions and millions of dollars in listings and business opportunities for commercial, but they didn't, only a few deals came to fruition. Then I soon realized I need to get out of this and go back to residential to make money. So I went back to residential probably in, I don't know, October, maybe, I don't know, August of 2009. And I started calling on expireds right away. I just went to the MLS. I looked up every expired and I started calling on them, and I started getting listings, and soon just got back into the business. It was definitely slower times and scary times, but we made it through. And you just have to decide in your head, if you're going to make it in this business, you have to go figure out what to do to make it. I think you have to be very resourceful.
Exactly. I remember I left corporate America, with the nice salary benefits and everything, and kind of had my back against the wall, and it was 2 years probably of going backwards.
Yes.
I just had this very strong desire never to have to go back to work for anybody else again.
I understand that.
Yes, it was the freedom can get addicting, huh?
Yes, it can be.
Yeah, so have you been a solo agent all along, or have you built up a team, or have you ever been a broker at some point? How's your career transitioned?
Yeah, I've never been a broker, really no desire to do so. Don't need to be a broker. And the only reason I would ever take courses to become a broker is just to learn more, but I really don't, for what I want to do, I don't need a broker's license. I have pretty much been a solo agent my whole career. I've had people help me out. I've had assistants on and off for many, many years. And that's definitely one thing I would suggest to others is you've got to get help for the things that are not dollar productive activities. If you are mired in the closing documents and the dates and all mired in all the details of the intricacies of every deal, there's no way you can scale.
Yeah, you become a low wage employee for the hours you devote to it.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, and so do you have, what does your assistants look like? Do you have in-person assistants or virtual assistants? Some combination of both?
I've had combination. During COVID, I had assistants that worked from home. I've mostly had in-person assistants. I've tried different virtual companies, not necessarily for closing, like a closing coordinator or a transaction coordinator, but to do other things, to make calls, to get appointments, and then put me on the call to close it. I have not had good experience with that, but I do know that virtual assistants are, can be very valuable. In fact, my transaction coordinator lives a good hour from me, and I met up with her a couple years ago, and we had counted up, we had not seen each other for 9 years.
Oh, wow.
But I probably talked to her more than anyone else in my whole life. And she's definitely virtual. She works out of her house about an hour away from where I live.
Yeah, things have changed in the last few years, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so what's the most challenging part of being a solo agent? It looks like you've solved a lot about, being able to offload some of the low value add activities. Is there anything else that you're working to refine in your business model?
Yeah, I am thinking about looking for a partner to help me with my clients who are looking to buy properties. because it is very hard to be everywhere and do everything for the listing side and, create a good experience for my buyers. So I am looking potentially this year for someone to assist me with my buyers.
Okay.
But it's challenging. I mean, it's challenging to get a day off, which the older I get is more important. I would like to spend more time with my kids and not run around at breakneck speed. I think we all deserve that. And so I think that's the biggest challenge to me is to be really successful in a real estate career. I believe, and to have a life in addition to that. I think you need help.
Right. Well, one thing you've done, I see, is you're a 4 times icon agent. And for those of you who don't know what that means in EXP, that's, for you viewing that is doing basically $80,000 of gross commission income in a year, and then doing 20 transactions after that within the same year. That is a lot of real estate sales. Can you talk about how those icon awards have impacted your livelihood or your wealth and all that?
Well,
You're comfortable with.
Yeah, sure. I'll share. So the first year that I came to EXP was in December of 2017.
Okay.
So my first year really was 2018. And because that icon award was available, I did every possible thing I could to hit it. I capped pretty quickly, and then worked very hard on the 20 deals. And because I was working so hard to create and find 20 more closings after I capped, it just created the momentum into the next year and the next year and the next year and the next year. But I mean, I was doing everything I could to get people, leases. I was doing literally deals that I wouldn't normally do, like, $5,000 or $10,000 deals. I would do them because I just wanted to get there. And the money is great. My stock that I have acquired because of the Icon Award reached 7 figures at one time.
Wow,
it's not there now, but after 3.5 years with EXP, maybe it was a little more than 3.5 years, 3.75 years, it reached 7 figures. And that's when I said to myself, I couldn't get a corporate job anywhere. And that they would give me a $1 million bonus.
Right. Yeah. It's a lot of equity for 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's not 7 figures now because the stock market has changed and things like that, but it's still there. The actual Icon Award is beautiful. And I did not make it last year. I think I was 2 deals shy, and there just wasn't anything I could do to get there. So I missed it in 2022. But I have to tell you, the money, getting, the Icon Award back is great, but getting that Crystal Icon Award to sit, I wanted 5 of them lined up. They're so beautiful.
I'm sure you have one or more in the tank.
Yeah.
You'll get your 5.
Yes. I'll get it this year for sure.
Now, Cathy, had you produced at that high level before, or did the inducement to get an Icon Award or any other thing about EXP help you to produce at a higher level than before?
Definitely the Icon. I did produce at a high level in 2004, 5, and 6. I mean, those were just unbelievable real estate years. And I was just lucky enough to be really good friends with a developer. And I think we developed 3 or 4 buildings. So at one time I had over 300 listings, and I closed, 23 million in 3.5 or 4 years of being in real estate. So that was a little unusual because I had one building with multiple units in it to sell. We had 104 units in one building. We had 60 units in another building. We had lots going on. But after I got out of, those buildings were closed out and I was doing what I call regular real estate transactions. My production was never that high again. So yes, to answer your question, when I got to EXP and there was the icon opportunity, I was absolutely incentivized to work hard and strategize and be very mindful of exactly what I had to do every day to get where I needed to be in order to become icon.
There's a lot riding on getting those extra 20 transactions, huh?
Yeah, there really is. I mean, it's being an icon agent has many layers to it. There's special opportunities you get, you get the icon, the stock, you get the award, you get to collaborate with other icons. It's a really, really neat opportunity.
Yeah. So at any point, prior to switching over, did you feel stuck in your business?
I definitely did. I was at a boutique brokerage and I loved everyone there and it was doing very well. But it was like every January that came, it's like, okay, I'm out of business again. And if I don't sell a house, I'm out of business. And so I was looking at the time to the next 15 to 20 years, I was going to do this business. Do I really just want to be able to sell a house to get paid? Is that all there is? Because that wasn't big enough. That wasn't enough for me. So I wanted multiple streams of income. I wanted opportunities to make multiple streams of income.
Okay. And have you made agent attraction part of your business at EXP?
I have 27 agents that I have attracted. Not as many as I would like. I will tell you that
I don't know of anybody who said they have as many as they would like.
Really, right. That's true. I really, really, really have been focusing on icon. And so I mean, it's definitely a challenge to be a super top producing agent, an icon agent, and attract agents at the same time. So I'm getting my mindset in a particular way to do both this year.
Okay, but yeah, very doable. You just got to be very strategic about it.
Right.
Everything. What kind of coaching and training are you receiving currently? Do you have a coach, or do you take advantage of the training that we offer in general? How do you stay sharp and relevant to the market changing so rapidly?
I do. My sponsors, Micah and Hamoudi Merwat, have great training. They're also amazing leaders to learn from. I take a lot of training online. I'm actually in a Grant Cardone class right now.
Okay, Jacob or Unbreakable? I get them mixed up.
Yeah,
I was doing the same thing.
Yes, I'm in Unbreakable. I've participated in Darren Hardy classes, year-long Darren Hardy classes. I do attend our sales meetings, and I do attend our state sales meetings where I do learn what's going on in other parts of the state. And I also do attend our meetings on Friday in the main auditorium. I love those. They're great updates. And I follow the other, I would say, what do I want to say? High producing agents and agent attraction agents in the top percent. I follow them either on YouTube or I'm a big fan of Brent Gove, and I've watched a lot of his classes. And so that's how I keep myself on the cutting edge.
Okay, great. And what do you feel is in store for 2023 for you and your local real estate market?
My year started off like super, super, super quiet, and all of a sudden it's just blown wide open. So in the last couple of days, I've gotten over 2 million under contract, and there's just more opportunities and more opportunities. I took the downtime to revamp my database completely, revamp my agent database, and I have major systems in place for my real estate and my agent attraction. and I'm going. So I think it's going to be a great year. I think it's a great opportunity for agents to get out there and get the business, because there's a lot of people who are putting their head in the sand saying it's a bad market. It's not going to be a bad year. It's going to be a great year.
Yeah, it's all about our perspective. And if all you know is what we've been, it can cloud your judgment. But conditions are still fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
Still, if you look at the metrics, I'm not sure about your market, but where I'm at, still on the seller side of the fence in terms of market power.
Yeah, I just sold one Sunday. It was first day on the market, and I think we got 3 or 4 offers, multiple offers in this market with interest rates the way they are. So
yeah,
way over list price on Sunday.
The good news is now's a great time to get better pricing and less competitive bidding wars than back last summer and fall.
That's right. Yeah. I don't think we're going to have those crazy 30 and 40 contracts on one house, which will be great.
Yes. Well, Cathy, I certainly appreciate your time. It's been wonderful talking with you, get to know you a little better. Anybody watching?
You too, Chris.
Well, thank you. And for anybody watching this, what would be if they want to get hold of you? What would be the best way to get hold of you?
You can instant message me on Facebook, Cathy O'Neill. I'm old fashioned, Chris. People can actually call me on my cell phone, or they can text me. That's the best way to reach me. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You want to put out your phone number?
Sure. Yeah. 314-369-2536.
Okay, great. Well, Cathy, thanks again for your time. Enjoyed spending it with you, and have a great rest of the afternoon.
Thank you, Chris. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Same here. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. Just a second.